Yes. Ash log, yes. Some dirt. Why not? Is that all the cobble we have? Oh, okay. No, that's more like it. How do I want to... We're gonna go with the classic. Some stone and wood home. The floor. What do you make the floor out of? I'm thinking... Oh. Stone or cobblestone. Input is... So you can have variable inputs for the same outputs. That's interesting. I wonder how you get stone. Smelting cobblestone, maybe? That would be the classic way to do it. I'm gonna make... Okay, ornate, definitely not. One brick. Okay, so that's 16 by 32. I'm gonna whip out the good old calculator for that one. 16 times 32. Oh my... Seriously? 512? Just to make the floor? Wow. I'm so glad that it doesn't take any time to make. Which raises the question, why does it take time to craft other stuff? To begin with. Kinda funny, the game doesn't allow me to place a torch in some places. I think if the grass or a bush is, if it's like high enough or big enough, the game will be like, nah, you can't do that here. Wow, that house is gonna be actually pretty huge, but well, better to make a house that is too big than one that is too small. Yeah, I can already see that the math is correct. It's gonna be like 500 million stone. Oh man, we're gonna have to visit the mines. Shouldn't take too long, luckily. The cows really like this place though. Okay, so that's 300. I gotta have to keep count, I don't wanna... Wait, can you like reverse the process? You cannot reverse the process, but you get access to new stuff. You can make different stuff from a brick than from just cobblestone. That's important. Gotta keep that in mind. Honestly, I think it would be better if you just could skip from cobble to like a stone brick pillar. I mean, they all work in the same 1-to-1 ratio. Get ratioed. So, why not? For realism, what do you guys think about realism in video games? Because seems like there's two camps to this. Some people are like, fun is the most important. Some people are like, well, I love survival, realistic survival games and simulators, military games and stuff. I think that they both have a place. Like, if I'm playing a survival exploration game, then yeah, I think it's... Whoa, the void heart glows purple. I think it's perfectly reasonable to expect a game like Hytale to have stuff that could be generally recognized as annoying, like limited inventory space and tool durability. I mean, come on. That only makes sense, at least to me, right? Yeah, I like this floor. Pretty basic, but well, we can change it someday if we feel like it. But if the game is supposed to be a fantasy action RPG, then just slapping random realism mechanics on it, it's gonna be bad for the game, right? So yeah, to answer the question, it depends. Realism in video games depends on the game. Easier said than done, huh? What's that glow? Are those enemies with torches or? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Let's finish building, or at least try to. So where's that cave? I need some stone. Where's that little cave that we found around here? There were two actually, at least two. One should be somewhere around here, I think. There it is, yeah. I saw that glint of copper and got scared that it was an enemy. Let's go back, actually. Before it turns into another cave exploration episode. I'm gonna take my torches with me, so that I know that I actually didn't explore that place. Yeah. I was skeptical at first, but it's actually, I think it's actually a good thing that mining copper will also reward you with cobblestone. It's pretty neat. Because you will have some extra cobble to use for building. Oh. Hello. I wonder how effective it is to mine tunnels, you know, to make a mine shaft instead of just exploring a cave, because in Minecraft, nowadays in Minecraft, like, mining a mine shaft, that's the worst way of doing it. I'm running out of durability. Wait, but we should have enough. It should be enough. Like, why would you mine for diamonds, even though it is technically boosted, so that finding them is like, you know, they appear more often hidden underneath some stone, rather than not. Yeah, that should be enough. But still, you can instead just... Whoa, 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 whoa! Wait, bats are good guys. Sorry. I'll be honest with you, I didn't really see what I was doing. I just went after the glowing eyes. I think I was saying something, but I forgot what. Ah man, I tend to do that, sorry. But yeah, we're gonna have to make a repair kit. I'm gonna have to like take out all the crafting stuff. What the frick? You gotta admit, daggers are busted. Not here? Yeah, here, okay. I think just a workbench was enough, right? Yeah. Huh, nice. Nice clouds, although they look a little weird. They look as if I was surrounded by like a globe. You know what I mean? As if I was in a globe thing rather than just being a sky. Huh. Okay, so we need, I believe, 200 of that and 12. And that should be precisely how much we need. Kinda funny how the bats are neutral mobs, maybe even friendly, but rats are evil and attack you on sight. Aren't they kinda related? They are both definitely mammals. Ha! The power of math! We got precisely how much we needed. Yeah! Although, I was planning on... okay. Power of math, help me once more. Okay, so 4 for the corners plus... So that's like 16 and 16, that's like 32 plus 32, so like 64. Wait, what? Oh my god, I used I used the button to multiply rather than to add. 4 plus 64 plus 32. 100. Precisely 100. Fancy that. Okay, we need... Why am I carrying the void heart with me? Still, for light? Now that I think about it, we have yet to make an Arcanist table and an Alchemist table, so... There's still much to explore in this game. Magic and alchemy. Look at this. Bing, 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 bing. And now, bing, 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 bing. Haha. Can't do that in Minecraft, can ya? There's some sort of a mist. What? And it went away? What's going on here? Am I cold or what? See? I'm not doing that. That's the game. Anyways, yeah, check this out. Like, I'm gonna place a torch here. Okay, doesn't look that bad actually. Again. Is there mist outside? Is it because of what's happening outside or in the cave? Nothing happening here. Whatever. Okay, and 100, actually 99 of those for the sides. Yeah. Nice. Do I want the entrance in the middle? I think so, yeah. Frigidity. How do I calculate the middle? I'm gonna use a little trick I've always did. What? Oh, take half is shift and right click. Okay. 10 from this side. 10 from that side. Oh, we made the building. It's of even length, and there's no double doors in here, I think. Or maybe there are. Wait, you can rotate things, right? With a hammer, or maybe not even. So it should be okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. Middle. Haha. Not the best method, but works for me. Hello, future Mark. I'm making a cut here, but it's probably gonna be a part of the same video. Yo, what's up, guys? Yo, what's up, guys? So I've taught our son how to pick his nose, and I've been kicked out of the house. So we have to build a new one today. So let's go. You will most probably see mostly sped up footage. So yeah. Let's go. Although for a bit, I wanted to discuss something first. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a chill episode. We gotta finish our home. After all. Beach, log, oak. Let's not overcomplicate things and just use the ash log, as we do for everything around here. And I'm gonna do the classic. Wow, aren't you a lucky calf? All this to yourself, huh? I'm gonna do the classic thing that... Wow. Sorry, I keep repeating myself because I keep getting interrupted by my own thoughts, but... Once again, I'm gonna do the classic thing, which is to make a house of mostly stone and wood. Can't beat the old classic, right? I'm gonna use some logs to the sides too, and yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty cool. And I'm gonna use the same type of wood. I'm gonna use the ash wood for everything. If I'm gonna, like, you know, start going short, I think that's the expression. Yeah, if I'm short of ash wood, I'm just gonna cut down some more nearby trees. But what caused me to, you know, pause like that? I just noticed that in this game, pressing space you know, quickly makes a little jump. Holding it a little makes a bigger jump. I think you will see it most clearly next to the pillar, right? I barely, you know, I'm barely above the pillar itself with just a press. But if I hold it a little, yeah, that's like an entire block higher of a jump. Okay, that's important to keep in mind. Other blocky games don't really do things like that. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So that's gonna be pretty cool. So that's gonna be the entrance here. Might as well decorate it too. Although, isn't it a little too early for that? I'm gonna hold onto it. What's gonna happen if I destroy the bottom one as if I was cutting a tree? It doesn't fall down, okay. So they do have some sort of a system that makes it so that you can cut down trees quickly, but you won't accidentally cut down, you know, the structure that you've built yourself. That's very important, I think. Wow, ornate. It's nice that we have a bit of a preview here, but the picture is pretty small. Decorative. Yo, those, I think those would look pretty cool. But what I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna make, you know, I'm gonna work in steps. I'm gonna like build the entire house out of the most basic stuff and gonna add decorations and details on top of that once I'm finished. It might be a little wasteful on resources, but it should be, like, you know, easier to manage for me. So here we go. Yeah. Oh, they connect! Oh, I love the developers of this game. Don't know their name, didn't bother to check, but they really thought of everything. Like, seriously. Compare this game. Compare the early access Hytale to the current state of Minecraft. Okay, that looks terrible, basic as hell. But with time it's gonna look much better. What if I put planks here? Oh, that's great. So if I have, you know, extra planks, if I have too many, I can just, you know, turn them into this stuff. Like, I can even turn it into a door, a wardrobe. I wonder if wardrobe can actually store items, or maybe it's for character customization. You know, I've been thinking about spicy food. I just ate some, and it was pretty tasty, yeah. It was a little spicy, a little hot, but not too much. I could handle it. But overall, I think that, yeah, I think I would describe myself as someone that isn't too resilient, isn't too tough when it comes to spicy food. The problem is, quite many spicy dishes are actually quite terrible. It's just that the cook, the chef, makes it like they make a terrible dish, but then they slather it in spicy sauce, and they turn it into like a you know, like an event. Like, can you handle the spiciest something? This sauce is gonna kill you. Stuff like that. And then some people get to have some sort of a bragging right that, yeah, I can handle it, I am so good, I can handle spicy, hell yeah. I'm such a big boy. But like, isn't that all just like one big cope? Like, seriously, that's what you're proud of? You can eat spicy food. You know what it reminds me of? Imagine if like imagine if real life was like a video game, and some silly Billy put all his experience points into leveling up resistance to poison. And then they are like, yeah, you know, my anti-poison build, it might be a little, you know, too specific, it might be a little bad, but once we get to the poison level, you will see. Yo, hard roof flat. Yo, beam, how does it look like? Isn't that just like a fence? That's just a fence. That's a fence. Looks like a ladder. That's a ladder. Window? Gate. Okay, okay. Huh. I'm gonna have to make a few of those. That's a steep, shallow. Okay. Ah, that's a flat. Kind of a roof, okay. Mm. Okay, okay. Mm. We gotta finish the roof quickly. It's raining. Holy crap, Lois! I wanna finish the joke, but I can't. That looks kinda weird. Wait, what if I... Can I place it right here? No. What? No, okay, I cannot put it directly under it like that. That's so nice. That looks kinda stupid. What if I... Looks okay from the top. Looks kinda weird from the front. Looks kinda stupid, but I'm gonna leave it like that for now. I'm gonna figure this out later. How do I have 9 of those and not anymore? I'm gonna need a lot of those, so I think I'm gonna craft all of them at once. I will most definitely be using that many of them. Whoa. This icon in the top left again. By the way, look at this. Oh, 0 ms. Okay, so it went back down. Like for the first few minutes, I legit had like 11 milliseconds of you know, ping delay. Like what? But I'm playing single player. How does that make sense? Yo, I think I might have overdone it. This is huge. How does it look so huge? If I make a 16 by 32 house in Minecraft, it feels really small. Here it feels really big. Well, I think I'm kind of happy with that actually. Yeah, I'm gonna need the shovel again. Hello, shovel, my old friend. I hope we do find some kind of a use for the ridiculous amount of dirt that we are getting. Well, I'm gonna fill some holes with it, that's for sure, but I have a feeling that we're gonna have a lot left over still. Would be nice to keep the tree. Would be really nice to be able to keep it, and I think, yeah, I think that it's in a perfect place so that we don't have to cut it down.